Aninkinawea, Zogabwe Dijinakaz. Hi everybody, it's Chief McLeod here, and today is Friday, December the 18th. 2020 has been a long and difficult year. As we head into what looks to be a white Christmas, we need to talk about COVID and the importance of staying green. What I mean by staying green is that we need to remain in the green prevent zone, according to the province's COVID-19 response framework. This is a tool the province is using to implement regional restrictions or requirements depending on the level of COVID activity in a particular area. Here in Nipissing First Nation, we are adapting the province's COVID-19 framework to better meet our specific needs and to help NFN remain safe and in the green zone. As your Chief and Council, we know that with upcoming holidays and the surge of COVID cases elsewhere, NFN must undertake additional measures effective immediately. In line with the public health recommendations, Council is asking all community members to only celebrate in person with individuals you live with. If you live alone, join one other household during this festive season. Connect by phone, Facebook Messenger, or Zoom with others outside of your household. Send a Christmas card to share holiday greetings. And we know that this isn't the same as getting together, but it's necessary to protect our loved ones this year. Please remember that having a bubble or social circle is no longer recommended. Reducing the number of contacts prevents the spread of COVID. The fewer people that we have contact with will help lower the risk of exposure to this COVID-19. Please respect the NFN travel advisories and stay away from COVID hotspots. NFN community members should not travel to yellow, orange, red, or green zones unless it's essential reasons such as medical care. Many cases of COVID are travel related, so please refrain from traveling outside the region, much less outside of the country. This is strongly discouraged. Avoid all non-essential travel. Stay home if it's not for work, school, groceries, gas, or medical appointments. Remember, anyone traveling outside of Canada must isolate for 14 days as a requirement by the Quarantine Act. You can find more information at canada.ca. Community members returning to NFN for the holidays are expected to self-isolate for 14 days prior to coming home. We reached out to our post-secondary students directly a couple of weeks ago to provide more guidance about self-isolating and returning home for the holidays. For anyone returning home to NFN this season, we ask that you stay within your family household as much as possible and limit outings to medical care needs, groceries, and other essential needs. We encourage anyone planning to come home for the holidays to obtain a COVID test beforehand. We are also asking anyone who doesn't live on NFN not to visit unless you are doing business here. We continue to ensure all businesses are operating safely and follow all protocols to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in our community. To limit shopping trips outside of our area for those last-minute gifts, why not support one of our many talented craft and artisan vendors or local home-based businesses and retail businesses? You'll find a list of options in the December-January newsletter. The holidays are a special time that we traditionally spend with family and friends, but gatherings expose NFN to great risk due to increased contacts and people traveling in and out of our community. I feel somewhat like a Scrooge here relaying these difficult messages, but I hope everyone realizes how hard NFN is working to keep our community and especially our elders safe from this deadly virus. We want everyone to be around the table when we are able to gather again. But for now, we need to keep our holiday celebrations within our own households and respect gathering limits to stay safe. If you see gatherings taking place on NFN, please report it to the Anishinaabeg Police Service by calling 1-888-310-1122. The APS is enforcing gathering limits and quarantine orders. We must continue to do everything we can to keep NFN safe. We need to pull together as a community, as we often do, to protect each other, even if it means staying apart for now. A very important part of keeping our most vulnerable members safe is ensuring that people who need support with mental health and addiction services know where they can turn to. The impacts of COVID-19 have made life increasingly difficult for many people and families, and especially those living with mental health and addiction challenges. The increased opioid overdoses and deaths this year is devastating. We know that holidays can amplify these challenges, and we want to ensure that we can provide supports to help these people who want to be well. We are supporting every effort of the Right Path to enhance their counseling and prevention services in the community, in addition to the new culturally defined and land-based programming. These efforts are based on a strategy to address drug addiction that is based on 4 pillars: harm reduction, prevention, treatment, and enforcement. For harm reduction, the Suboxone Clinic at the Lawrence Commanda Health Center will continue to operate during the holidays with limited hours from Monday to Friday. Please call 705-753-1375 to leave a message with your name and phone number, and someone will return your call as soon as possible. In January, the Culturally Defined Community Withdrawal Management Program will be holding 3 virtual information sessions to discuss the logistics of the Suboxone Clinic, the referral process, and to provide a general update on cultural interventions offered to participants. Tentative dates are January 19th and the 20th, and more details will be advertised when plans are confirmed. Harm reduction supplies and naloxone kits can be picked up at the Right Way Path by calling ahead to arrange for pickup. If you live outside of Garden Village, supplies can be delivered to you by calling the office at 705-753-1375. For prevention, we have actively been working to establish a community outreach program that will help bridge the gap in accessing services. This approach involves providing support to the individual where they are, instead of requiring them to seek out help through an office or outside organization. We will continue to consult with the community members and service providers to help inform the development of this important outreach program. Under treatment, you can contact staff at the Right Path by calling 705-753-1375 to discuss the supports available through their counseling and land-based programs. Our offices are closed for the holidays, but staff will be checking voicemail daily and getting back to you as soon as possible. The Right Path has provided a number of helpful resources about substance abuse, mental wellness, grief, and coping with stress and anxiety during COVID-19. You can find these on our website at nfn.ca/COVID-19 under the Coping During COVID tab. You can also call the First Nations Hope for Wellness line at 1-855-242-3310 or use the chat option at hopeforwellness.ca 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. If you or someone you know is experiencing mental health crisis, please call 911 immediately or present to your nearest emergency department. For enforcement, as always, please report all suspicious activity in our communities to the APS as soon as possible by calling 1-888-310-1122 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS or 1-800-222-8477. It's everybody's responsibility to look out for each other and to notify police immediately if you think someone's health or safety or property is in jeopardy, or if a crime is in progress. More than any year before, I wish you and your families good health and happiness in the coming year. The holidays will certainly look different this year, and we've already made a lot of sacrifices, but it's critical that we celebrate this season safely and protect each other as we welcome 2021. May you all stay well and safe. Miigwech. We'll talk soon.